back into the studio with me in the studio. We have Felix, Romark, and then Eustace Akwei will be joining us shortly for discussion as to what is happening to Team Ghana and other stories happening in the World Cup here. We are dealing strictly about the World Cup. And then later on the show, we are sure to get our hip life artist, Kweko Flick, will be joining us on the show. Kweko Flick will be joining us to tell us what inspired him to give us that beautiful soundtrack for Team Black Stars. It's quite a beautiful track. I'm going to play that music for you. But before we come to Kweko Flick's interview, I'll be talking to Felix Romark and Ni Akwei here in the studio. Welcome to the studio, gentlemen. Ni Akwei and then Felix Romark.
Well, thank you, Brenda.
Yeah, Ni Akwei, how have you been?
Been great. Always a pleasure to be here on kickoff.
Sometimes I see you guys being with smiles, even though Ghana lost last Thursday, but I see some optimism in your faces. So I don't know whether we should all feel optimistic about Monday's game against South Korea. We all went to the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel to have our first game viewing there at the Akwei City Fun Viewing Park there. But first, let me begin with you. Do you feel Ghana deserved to lose in the first game against Portugal?
We should have gotten a point from that game against the Portuguese, but let's be honest, I think that there were a lot of positive we can also take from the game. A loss of concentration cost us that particular 3 points. A loss of concentration, not just from the playing body, but the technical team. For me, I don't think the referee was that bad as a lot of Ghanaians, claim to be. I think that if you have issues with how the game went, we should be blaming Otoado because he made some tactical decisions that, for me, was a bit in a rush. You realize that when Ghana got the equalizer, he was about to make a change when we were losing 1-0, and then the equalizer came in. So at that moment, he should have allowed the boys to at least go on with the game, maybe 5-10 minutes, and then you relax and see how well you can reorganize yourself into making those substitutions. And I think that that really cost us the game, that lack of concentration and that awareness. He should have at least calmed down a bit and then make that substitution. And then also, I think that lack of awareness also from the part of the players, and then the concentration as well, because immediately we got the equalizer, we were even in a celebratory mood, and then all of a sudden they went 2-0 up. If you watch the video, you could see Andrea and Efrio Barnier, they were even celebrating on the bench, and before they could realize, Efrio was like, I want a candle. I want to move over there. But then again, and then you could talk about the Osman Bukari's celebration as well. I felt that youthful exuberant. Yes, you've scored in the World Cup. Not many players will get opportunity to score at the World Cup, but the celebration was overly too much. I felt that maybe just some short celebration, you pick the ball and then you go back to the center line and try as much as possible to start a play because your team was losing 3-2. But there were a lot of positive. I think that on the defensive side, we did very, very well to contain the Portuguese in the first 45 minutes. I won't say the goals that we conceded was a collective mistake from the entire back four, or maybe back five if you want to bring in those two wing backs. I think that lack of concentration from Baba Rahman could have, if he had concentrated well, we couldn't have conceded those goals. But for the positives, yes, we defended very well. Ghana scoring 2 goals at the World Cup, hardly did that happen. We take that positive from that. And then also one thing, we still have to, accept the fact that the DIU is a must start for the Black Stars. His experience, his goals would be needed if Ghana want to qualify. So I don't really understand why a lot of Ghanaians say he shouldn't be part of the team. He should start games, but maybe beyond 60, 70 minutes, I don't think he should go that distance because age has really caught up with him. But there's a lot of positive. This is a team in progress. We need to just support them. Even if the World Cup does not go well, I'm hoping that we still have belief in this team. This tournament or this World Cup have come too early for these guys. If they have been in 2 previous AFCONs or played together for a long time, we would have, gotten something from them. But this is the future of the Blasters, and I'm very, very happy about that. You people like to compare the Asians, the Muntaris, and our peers. We shouldn't forget that the Asians and the Muntaris, they played in a 17, went to under 20 in Argentina, went to Mali, played some AFCONs before the World Cup. So they had been together for a very, very long time. Look at Thomas Partey. He doesn't even know who is pairing up with him in midfield, whether it's Salis or whether it is Elisha also. Ninaki Williams is new to the team and all that.
Niakwe, I think Niakwe was disagreeing with something in your submission. I don't know. Niakwe.
Of course, listen, I disagree with the referee aspect that what the referee did or the impact the referee had on the game was not significant. I'm going to disagree with that respectfully, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so now the Black Stars of Ghana started with a 5-3-2 formation. Supposedly wing backs. We had Baba on one as a left wing back, and we had Seydou as a right wing back. Now, it was quite a conservative setup, and for the whole of the first half, we didn't really attack. So, therefore, it became a 5 flat back. And Thomas Partey, of course, could not impose himself on the midfield. The Portuguese had Bernardo Silva, Otavio, and Ruben Neves. 3 technically gifted midfielders. So, yes, we were going to be on the back foot. So, if we were going with a flat back, 5 back, why did we have Baba Rahman number 1? Because he's an asset to the team when we are going forward. So if we're not going to go forward, that's my first question. We shouldn't have had that set up because we weren't going to attack with the wing backs. We were defensive. We were on the back foot from minute 1 to minute 45. Now enter second half. Portugal get that ridiculous decision to go their way. The Ronaldo tries to be intelligent, but the reason why many Ghanaians are peeved is because of the refusal of the officials to go to the VAR. The referee has given a decision. It's not conclusive, and VAR is here to help the game and improve the game. Now, he fails to visit the VAR on that one and on some other issues as well. In Naki Williams' attack, we could say that he was lenient, should I say lenient, to give Adidou Seydou a second chance with that headbutting incident. But the VAR is primary, it is imperative, and that is why it's there for the whole of 90 minutes. We didn't refer to it even once, and that is the major headache for me. Now, at the end of the day, Dede Ayew comes in at the 73rd minute. We get an equalizer. We are back into the game. We concede 2-1 to João Felix. Inexperience, poor judgment from Baba Rahman on the left-hand side. Doesn't intercept that ball, doesn't read it properly. We are 2-1 down. João Felix, he switches wings, goes to Baba's end and scores immediately. Classic. Rafael Leao, same thing, gets a ball, and when you look at the line, he's onside.
Yeah.
Even without VAR, I can tell he's onside. And he's onside because Baba Rahman is playing him onside. When you look at the back line,
for that goal.
Well, the back line as a whole has to take it. Baba Rahman was the least. He was the one who didn't pull up at all. If he had pulled up, there was probably an opportunity that there's artificial intelligence in the game. Microchips are within the ball. So if he had pulled up, naturally the call would have come. Now he didn't. At the end of the day, Bukari equalizes, pulls one back, for the Black Stars, and it's 3-2. Now with the scores at 3-2, you cannot deny that you have to go back. The margins are so small. You have to go back. We scored 2 goals. They have scored 2 legitimate goals as well. The referee's decision has swung the tide of the game. That's minor decision, or should I put it in context? That major decision for Ghana has cost us 3 points. And in as much as our coaches made their errors with the substitutions, in as much as we showed inexperience, the Portuguese, with this star-studded squad, made mistakes as well. And we scored 2 goals.
Positives in the first half.
Looking at the second half, on hindsight, I would say that we gave them too much respect in the first half. If we had probably gone out and had been a bit more adventurous, that 3-man midfield, we showed in the second half when the spaces opened, when Kudus was running, when the flair of the game was in motion, when we were being flamboyant. I saw Andrea Ayew moving up, picking spaces. They were pickable. They are defensively vulnerable. We scored 2 goals against them. How many times have we scored 2 goals against a team at a World Cup? They were vulnerable. They were there for the taking. And we have to come back to the refereeing decision because that single penalty has proved to be the game winner. So we cannot say that, oh, the referee made a mistake, we also made a mistake, so of course, we can't do anything about the referee, but of course, I'm understanding the GFA have appealed to FIFA to look into whatever. It won't be reversed or anything of the sort. But look, when we put it into perspective, maybe going forward, we will get better deals for all African teams as well. Because in the Cameroonian game, you saw there was a handball, and VAR wasn't consulted as well. Sure. Why is this thing happening to only the African teams? In as much as we put in our efforts, the playing board has to be level for everybody. The referee cost us the game because, yes, we made mistakes. We conceded 2 goals. We did score 2 goals as well. They also conceded 2 goals. So at the end of the day, the margins are small. The referee's decision not to review VAR ultimately cost us a point in this game.
Do you feel we should take the Azuma Nelson approach, Felix? We should take the Azuma Nelson approach by taking our own referees into the next game.
Let's be very, very fair and honest. I think that officiating at this World Cup hasn't been that bad because the technology being used top notch. The reason why the center referee or the American referee that officiated the Ghana-Portugal game did not consult the VAR, or the VAR did not call the referee into question because Salisu did not get the ball. Ronaldo got to the ball first.
Salisu didn't touch the ball?
Yes. Ronaldo got.
I have a different opinion on that. Maybe we all saw it differently. But that's why the referee needed to see the game.
So VAR comes in.
For me, Felix, for me, I was surprised the referees, at least for the benefit of doubt.
For the benefit of doubt, we have allowed people scored goals with their hands.
So let me
ignoring the VAR.
Yeah, so let me explain.
That is bringing
so let me explain to you. The VAR is there to help the referee if there is an error in his decision, an obvious and clear error in his decision. If Salisu,
and you think that is positive?
Yes, it is positive. And the referee has the right over the VAR. The referee can even decide that, or maybe VAR will call the referee to come and have his view on the monitor. When he gets to the monitor, he can decide to say, you know what, forget what everybody is seeing on the monitor. At the end of the day, it is the referee who will make the final decision. Even if VAR is telling him that what you've given is right or wrong, he will have the final say. And that is it. The VAR is there to aid the referee. But the VAR only calls the referee when there is an error in his judgment, when there is an obvious and a clear error. So for instance, maybe if there is a tackle that the referee gives you a yellow card, a red card, but the VAR feels that, no, this come and have a second view of it. It could be a maybe mistaken identity, or the tackle was not too hard.
Or like people players actually think as well.
Yes. So now I want to make a point. No. So if Salisu had touched the ball and Ronaldo had fell and the referee had whistled for a penalty, VAR would say no. Salisu got the ball first before Cristiano. But you see, let's not take anything away.
So do you feel Ronaldo actually had the ball before Salisu?
Ronaldo had the ball, but the contact from Salisu was not a contact that should have allowed the referee to make that penalty.
Simulation.
Yes. So, but what I'm saying is, at that particular point, because Salisu did not get the ball, VAR couldn't intervene. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So if Salisu had gotten the ball, and then maybe the ball got to Ronaldo, and then there was a contact, and Ronaldo fell, and the referee had whistled for a penalty, VAR would have said no. I think that Salisu got the ball first.
Felix.
But because so the foul has to be clear and obvious.
Felix had the luxury of a camera, so many angles to know that Salisu touched the ball after Ronaldo or did not touch the ball. Yeah. The referee didn't. The referee was behind them. Look at the first angle. The referee needs to be sure. Yeah. Look, this is a nation's ambition. We've seen Maradona score with the hand of God. He got away in 86.
There was no VAR there.
We've seen a goal line technology when England, it didn't cross the line. There was no VAR. But now it is there. What is the harm?
Yeah, so
the harm? Looking at it
and being confused. Referees are given so much power in games.
No, they should be given the power because they are the center referee. They should even be given the power over technology. I agree. The only thing that referee should not be given the power to do is additional time, and that is what I am happy that currently a referee cannot tell the fourth official to raise 4 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The game automatically is being calculated. Any time that is wasted. So now football that we watch now is actually 90 minutes of football.
Yeah.
Because the FIFA referees committee review and realize that football actually is played around 75-60 minutes. So you ask yourself, all the 25-30 minutes.
What happened?
Then in the Ghana League we are playing like 40 minutes. Because guys, the ball boys and all that. But you see,
see, thinking about Ghana League, last weekend against Kotoko, you saw what happened in Tamale. Ball boys decided to walk away from behind goal post. I'm sure
you one day come back to this. But the thing is, even in the Portuguese game, let's be very honest. Alidu Seidu head-batted the Portuguese player.
Yeah, Felix.
Why didn't the referee over? So the referee managed the game very, very well. Apart from the Ghanaians were like the offside, the Joao Felix was
offside. One of them was offside. I mean,
yes. So
we have the benefit. All of us have the benefits of the cameras.
So
we look at replays upon replays.
So you see,
the referees have no.
The referees don't have that.
Referees have that now, which is the VAR. But the decision, the error has to be clear. That's what I'm saying before. That is why even the goal, VAR did not even check the offside. It was so tight that VAR did not even check. VAR did not check the offside because there is a chip in the ball.
Yeah.
There is sensors, about 12 sensors beneath the stadium. So if there is an offside, the ball will communicate to the video room and say, no, I think that there is something you guys need to check. So the ball itself is a device that there's a chip in the ball that is sending those signals to the referee. But why the VAR did not check for that foul on Cristiano Ronaldo is what I'm saying, that it is because Salisu did not get attached to the ball first.
And all I'm saying is, how did the referee know Salisu did not touch the ball? Look at where the referee was.
So we needed to go check on the
so you see, Ronaldo not getting the ball, Salisu not getting the ball was the right decision. The wrong decision for me, I think that it was soft.